Kempire is brought to you by. We are so excited to announce that the Kempire After Dark, a live tour, is coming back. We are first returning to Los Angeles on November 20th at the Bourbon Room. And then we will be in London. Yes, the first international date of the Kempire After Dark live experience is coming to London, of course, because this is where it all began at our first meet and greet. On December 8th, we will be at Neon 194. This live show is presented by our friends over at AEG. So if you haven't gotten your tickets already, what are you waiting for? December is right around the corner. Every Kempire After Dark live experience is so different than the other. So make a trip, or if you live in London, come to the Kempire After Dark live experience. And just announce, Washington, D.C., we're coming back. We're coming back. Yes, we're coming back to Union Stage, Washington, D.C. Come out. Get your tickets are now available. Let's sell out all 3 shows for 2024 and the early part of 2025. We'll be in DC on January 24th. More information on all tour dates will be available in the description. I'll see you guys soon. You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network. Hey, everybody.
Come on.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. I know it's been a rough week. However, I hope this beginning the new week will be even better than last week was. Happy birthday to our one of our King's Guards, Judy. It was her birthday yesterday. Shout out to anyone else celebrating a birthday. Happy Scorpio season. Scorpio season is winding down in just a bit. You got about like less than 2 more weeks, right, of Scorpio season. And then we'll be in Sagittarius season. I really don't have anything to say badly about a Sagittarius. I wouldn't date one, but I'm just saying. And it's no offense to you, Sagittarius. I need a little bit less fun in my life, okay? That's why, okay? Okay. Anyways, guys, good morning. Let me know where you're watching from. Don't forget to like the video. This is our weekly recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I can't believe that we're still on this girls trip, but thank God. Next week, we're back in Huntsville, and it's going to be, I don't know. I'm not sure. But the girls trip has been girls tripping, and I've been having a good time. But at least we're still in the girls trip at the beginning of next week's episode. I don't know how much of the girls trip will still be, but fingers crossed they make it the most of the episode, or at least half of the episode. Okay? Teresa, happy belated birthday to you. Shout out to anyone celebrating a birthday. Foxy says, Sag right here. Sag women are different. I'm just talking about, I'm not dating a Sag woman. I'm just saying. I always say Sag women are fun too. Fun too. Anyways, guys, let me know where you're watching from. Don't forget to like the video and let me know how you would rate this week's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Let's get into this. Here we go now. Here we go now. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like the video, be sure to share the video, be sure to subscribe to the Kempire podcast so you can hear a different version. Sometimes I add, but we also have special episodes there as well. So make sure that you subscribe to the Kempire podcast as well. Hold on, let me turn this off, guys, because these folks be coming on here on TikTok. Shout out to everyone watching on TikTok, but they're trying to add me on TikTok to battle. I'm not interested in battling on TikTok. Okay, TikTok has turned into QVC battling. Like, there's nothing interesting happening on TikTok, but I'm there still reporting the news. So if you're looking for quick snippets and updates, make sure you're following us on TikTok as well. All right, today's live show is sponsored by our friends over at Uncommon Goods. The holiday season is here. I know you don't want to admit that, but it is, and you need to start getting your gifts. And Uncommon Goods partners with independent small businesses for unique gifts. So they said this: spark something uncommon this holiday with just the right gift from Uncommon Goods. The busy holiday season is here, and Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. Gifts that spark joy, wonder, delight, and that it's exactly what I wanted feeling. They scour the globe for original, handmade, absolutely remarkable things. Somehow they know exactly the perfect gift for every single person you know. So you already know I got my little knick-knack that I have on my desk here in the studio. It lights up. It has a stand. It's rechargeable, cute, affordable. There's a price point for everyone. And of course, I got you a discount. So to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/Kempire. That's uncommongoods.com/Kempire for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary. More information on Uncommon Goods will be available in the description. All right, guys, speaking of uncommon. I haven't been to Los Angeles since last year, but I'm coming to Los Angeles this month. We are less than 2 weeks away. Honestly, we're 10 days away. We're 10 days away from the Kempire After Dark live experience coming to the Bourbon Room in downtown LA. If you haven't gotten your tickets or meet and greet tickets, what are you waiting for? West Coast, don't fail me now. Let's sell out this show together. More information on the Kempire After Dark live experience in Los Angeles will be available in the description, along with our show dates for London. London, we're coming on December 8th. Get your tickets for that show as well. And then, of course, DC will be back there at the top of next year, January 24th. Go get your tickets for that because those are really selling fast. DMV, y'all keep showing out, and I love it. LA, don't embarrass us. Just say. Anyways, guys. Antoinette says, can we have Thanksgiving first? No. Honestly, your tree should be up for Thanksgiving. Let's be honest. Just saying. And then before you know it, you're like, oh, I need to get gifts. Oh my God, Christmas is just a month away. Actually, it'll be less than a month away this Thanksgiving. What are you waiting on? Anyways, guys, you didn't come here for that. You came here to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, how would you guys rate this week's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville? It was okay for me. It wasn't great. I don't love Love and Marriage Huntsville. But the last episode was actually pretty interesting, and we had a good old time kikiing and talking about it. So we're back, okay? We're back. And this week's episode wasn't as good as the first week's episode. For me, it was okay. It was just okay for me, okay? So we start off where we left off, and that was Stormy confronting Melody about the millimeters. And she says, state where you stand. What's up? Look, state where you stand. And look, I have to say, I'm not going to lie to you. I felt like it was kind of awkward that Melody didn't respond. It was awkward that Melody didn't just say, of course I don't support them bullying or harassing you guys. But again, how do we know that this is a millimeter? I also deal with people that hate on me. And I see the hate for Melody online, too. She gets a lot of hate, too. She's always gotten a lot of hate, okay? So it felt awkward. The silence was deafening. And the fact that Shanita decided to speak, and Shanita was like, I told her not to speak. Are you her attorney now, too? The bodyguard and the attorney? Because look, I get it. Here I go twerking on the fence. I get on one hand, you don't want to confirm that you have any liability or responsibility for what people are saying and doing. Because Stormy reveals, I want to let y'all know that I was arrested, guess for what? Harassing communications, sort of putting it out there. Here's the thing, too. It's a little dangerous, too. Aligning the fact that this person went for harassing communications and because this is another charge that Melody brought against Martell. So that's what Stormy was trying to do in connecting that. This is how I know it's the millimeters, because they also filed this charge for harassing communications. I was like, so maybe that was part of the reason why Melody didn't want to say anything. Maybe, but I have to say the silence was deafening. The fact that she wouldn't just say, obviously, first of all, I have nothing to do with whatever happened with you. I have nothing to do with that. But Stormy's like, but where do you stand? Look, state where you stand. Well, here's the thing. I don't know the full story when it comes to Stormy and the issue that played out with this fan. I'm not going to call them a millimeter because we can't. Some of you have said that she is a millimeter. Some of you said that she isn't, this woman. Okay? But some of you have also said she goes to all of the cast things. Okay. But I also told you, I think it's weird that you're showing up to a person's place of business. This is not a storefront where she showed up. This was, I think, the warehouse. I did see a little bit of a clip of Stormy, you're like what you doing here? What's up? What's up? Anyone can file charges against someone. I don't understand how this woman was able to get away with filing charges when she stepped onto Stormy's property. but maybe because she's the one who filed charges first. But I just don't understand it. However, like I said before, anyone can file charges. However, that will confirm why this case was dismissed, because there really wasn't probably any legal grounds for charging Stormy. And harassing communications, was Stormy messaging this woman? Because I know we're dealing with an incident of this woman showing up to your place. How is that harassing communications? So I'm assuming that there was a DM exchange with this person as well. Okay. But like I said, the fact that Melody refused to say anything or state where she stands, she did say in this moment that she's like, we all get it. We understand being on this platform. She says, I ignore it. I don't deal with it. I don't address it. But the rest of the group, because they feel like the Mellometers attack them all the time on social media. And look, I'm not gonna speak for the rest of the group, but I can't imagine, because I do see the level of fandom that happens with Love and Marriage Huntsville, grown people too, and the level of fandom. But I think, and I don't know, and some of you have called in and said that Melody has denounced behavior like this before on her social media platforms. However, I haven't seen it myself, and I did not see it on the show, which for me was sort of like, Now Tennessee Girl says paparazzi comes with fame. Was she paparazzi the fan? Was this considered paparazzi? Okay. Marsha says she was not on Stormy's property. Was she in front of Stormy's property? Either way, it's weird. Especially because it's not a storefront. We have to remember that. It's not a storefront. Okay, Levels says the same content creator went to Melody's court hearing. That's what I'm hearing. Like, she goes to all the things. Okay, look, she goes to all the things. T says that Stormy's mom harassed Melody every day. Well, Stormy said on last week's episode, and we talked about this on last week's recap, that Stormy says that, her mother, she doesn't like her mother's behavior, but she tells her mother, that's not right. So she wants Melody to tell a stranger that's not right. And I told you that's the difference. It's one thing about it being your mother, Stormy, versus it being about someone that Melody doesn't necessarily know personally. Those are two different things. All right. Elsington says Mel should have denounced the violent behavior on the show. Was it violent? Wait, what are we talking about? Was it violent? Did it get violent? Did I miss something? If it was violent, then yes. All right? Okay. Tammy says, why did Melody have to say anything? They don't check the mamas publicly. Ooh. Here's the thing, though. I have to say, based off what we saw, again, I always remind you guys that you're watching an edited show. For all we know, Melody could have said something. I don't think she did. But even the rest of the cast all chimed in when Stormy was talking about getting arrested for harassing communications, what she's been dealing with. Everyone was saying, like, the fact that Melody's not saying anything is saying a lot. And I don't think there's anything wrong with Melody saying, obviously, I don't approve of anyone harassing any of us. But how are you saying that this person is a fan of me? How do you know that this person's a fan of me? How can you prove that this person's a fan of me? And no matter what I say, these people are going to do whatever they're going to do regardless. But the fact that she got really silent, she went into her Scorpio mode. That death stare was quite chilling. El Singleton says the content creator sounds like a crazed fan and not just admirer. She needs help. That's the thing. I know a lot of the fans are saying that this particular person goes to all of the Love and Marriage Huntsville stuff, court cases, things like that. Again, if you show up to, I don't care if the front of my property is public arena. If you're showing up there just to show up there, and this is not a place you show up to buy anything. You're showing up to a warehouse. That's weird. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what side you're on. I feel like that's weird that you're just showing up to my warehouse. And maybe there was some sort of issue. But Stormy, we know Stormy can get hot. The first time that we were even introduced to Stormy when she was fighting with Destiny, she that's where we get the what's up. She can get hot. Okay? And look, and I'm never going to tell people how to react. However, Melody does say in her confessional, we are all multi-million-dollar business owners. I wish she would have said this in that moment, but she probably knew that people would be like, oh, Melody. Oh, Melody. All right. Hold on. Wait, Deborah says, hold on, Deborah. This is not the place. She's like, you don't like Carlos. It shows. Who mentioned Carlos? Who mentioned Carlos? Like, where are you coming from with this? Ain't nobody even mentioned Carlos. We're reviewing his show. He's welcome. And he said he loves the fact that we review the show. But ain't nobody mentioned Carlos. Get out your feelings, madam. Are you one of the Espos? Look. Are you, or maybe you're a millimeter. See what I'm saying? Like, we can't, look, state where you stand, April. look, state where you stand. Which one are you? Are you a millimeter or are you an Espo? Maybe you're one of the raindrops. Like, I don't know. I can't. Maybe you're new here. We are team ourselves. We don't know these people. We'll never know these people. And these people do not want to know you. Period. Don't come up on here. I'm like, who was talking about Carlos? Carlos, get off your burner. Look, Carlos, get off your burner. Who was talking about... What the hell? Who was talking about Carlos? But here we are, talking about Carlos. All right. Anyway, promoting his show. Look, promoting his show. Guys, if you just joined us, we're talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, their new season 9. Someone said, sounds like a raindrop. Come on. Anyways, y'all, we're going to have a good kiki today. Thank you for that. Okay, thank you for that. Right, Didi says, don't get kept upset now. Like, ain't nobody was even talking. Anyways, Doran says, Kempire, who goes to jail and makes a video with someone recording you? What jail does that? Okay, I have the clip because we have an announcement. Stormy has officially announced, even though we already knew. She didn't want to even talk about the show when she was on live, that Stormy is not returning to Love and Marriage Huntsville. Hold on, let me see if I can pull up the video too. Let me see if I can do that, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can bring up the video because she says she's out of here. Hold on, y'all. Okay, let me see if I can do this. Okay. All right. And okay. All right. Let me go back here and back to publish. Okay. All right. So Stormy has confirmed that she's not returning. Apparently, she quit the show back in April. Look, remember when you guys told me who Stormy was when she was just at Destiny's event and she was just out in the background, okay? You guys told me who she is. I didn't know who she was. I looked it up. I was like, that is fantastic. Look at her. Only for us to find out later, I think the reason why Stormy came on Love and Marriage Huntsville was because her business at the time wasn't doing the best. Remember, her CFO stole from her and things like that. So it made sense when she said, let me get on this show and get my business, some promotion. That's what I believe, because we found out on the show that her business wasn't doing well at the time, although it had done well and made a lot of money, like $30 million. Now Stormy's doing well again. She's selling out everywhere on TikTok. So she's doing well. So she's like, I'm out of here. And honestly, this is what more people should be doing. This is what Candy should have done during her Real Housewives of Atlanta days. Business is doing well. Opportunities are open. I'm out of here. I'm not going to wait on you guys to tell me whether or not I should come back or I should not come back or overstay my welcome. So good for Stormy. Stormy did reveal. Let me just play the clip for you guys. Stormy did reveal that she isn't returning. Hold on. Let me see. Is this it? No, that's not it. Hold on, y'all. What did I do with the clip? No, that's not it. Where's my Stormy clip? Oh, here it is. No, that's not it either. Where's my thing? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So the Stormy posted this on her IG. Hold on. Let me go back to live mode. All right. So she posted this on her IG in regards to, let me just put this on loop. There we go. So she posted, I guess this is when she turned herself in. We saw this play out on Love and Marriage Huntsville last season. Quote, last season. And if you're arrested, they let you keep your phone. Look. But again, she turned herself in. So she posted this on IG, and she says this in the caption on IG. She also confirmed to a fan in the comments that she quit in April. So in the caption of this video, she says, case dismissed, Okay? Sometimes your greatest setup set you up for your greatest come up. Light always wins. This happened at the beginning of the year because of a fan of a reality TV show I was on chose to show up at my warehouse. Fast forward, not only was this meritless case dismissed, I won all year in spite of every attack sent my way. I took the high road the whole journey. Being on the reality show I was on was a great experience, from the network to the producers and the majority of the not the majority, the majority of the cast. However, I was about my business before it, made over $30 million. And anything that jeopardizes my business and the table I built for myself, I choose me. I can't wait to see what God has in store for me next. Look, that's fantastic. Come on, round of applause. Come on. Come on. Look, good for her. I think that's actually the best thing that she could have done. Her business is doing very well right now. I feel like if she continued to work with Carlos, now we're talking about Carlos. I think if she continued to work with Carlos and had no control over what she was being a part of, like producing it, she was going to be set up for the okie doke eventually regardless. All right? So congratulations to Stormy. I think it's for the best for everyone involved that you move on. You didn't need the show beforehand. I think you should have focused on your business. I think she thought this would do well for her business, and maybe it did. Maybe it did help her sell out on TikTok as well. I'm sure it didn't necessarily hurt. I'm sure she also didn't want to have to go through getting arrested because of a quote fan or a millimeter. I'm going to call it a fan. I'm going to cover myself legally. Y'all can go ahead and accuse people of being millimeters, but I'm going to say a fan. Okay, in quotes. Anyways, so Stormy is no longer a part of the show. I don't know how much of her we will see this season. Probably not a lot. If she decided to leave back in April, I'm sure there isn't a lot of her left on the show. I'm sure there isn't, which is fine. Okay. Anyways, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. We're talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Was there anything else that I wanted to talk about in regards to that fight? Again, Shanita was doing a lot at the table and doing a lot during this episode. Fine. Defend your friend, okay? But Shanita in that moment answers for Melody and says, of course she doesn't support behavior like that. Melody's just sitting there like this, giving her the evil eye. Look, giving her the evil eye. So Trisha decides to bring up the stuff with Trisha, which I thought was interesting. But Tisha's, they're all self-producing at this particular point. She decides to bring up this stuff with Trisha because it was out there that, did Trisha actually hang out with Martell? Did she go to his home? Because Trisha originally told Stormy and Destiny that she never hung out, that he did invite her to go over there, but she denied it. We found out later that she lied and she actually did hang out with Martell for like a workout session. But honestly, based off of this episode, I'm looking at Trisha like, at least we got to hear from Trisha. You remember the premiere episode, Trisha was there. We were like, Trisha was there? I was like, okay. So Trisha addresses the elephant in the room, basically, and says, yes, I lied because I didn't like the narrative that was being painted about her relationship with Martell. She says, nothing ever happened. Melody's over there sitting like this. Here's the thing. I think for Melody, I know a lot of people were like, why didn't Melody say something? Melody doesn't love the fact that her ex, that she has a whole situation with, both legal, custody, she can't stand him. She doesn't want him on the show. She doesn't want to be involved in this conversation. I know some people are probably going to think, oh, is she jealous that they brought Trisha on here as one of Martell's, old things? I don't think so. I think she's like, the fact that we're even talking, like, this is our trip. Why are we talking about Martell? Martell is not important. This story about Martell and Trisha is not important. They hung out once. So why are we talking about this? Like, I honestly, Trisha's storyline itself is boring. Trisha lied. We found that Trisha lied. So Trisha tries to explain herself during this situation. Okay. Oh, wait, let me rewind back to the Melody and the millimeter situation. So Melody in her confessional says, I know I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but she says in her confessional that this group, they live in the blame Melody world, because she basically says, why did Stormy put herself in a position to get arrested? And look, I kind of said that already last week. I said, first of all, I don't think if a fan showed up at my front door, okay, I probably would call the police too, especially if they're not coming in peace, okay? I probably would call the police. And that's what Melody says is that Stormy should have done, that she should have called the police instead of like getting crunk and saying, what's up to that person. Again, I haven't seen the full video. I don't know what initiated. I don't know what made Stormy so upset. Was it just the presence of the woman? Has the woman harassed her before? I don't know. I know there are plenty of content creators that follow the Love and Marriage Huntsville T to the T. You can go to them. I don't know. I don't even care. I don't care. I hate that this is even something that's happening. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. I don't care if they're a millimeter or an espo or a raindrop. Y'all shouldn't be doing that. Y'all have your own lives, and if you don't, get one. Because if you're showing up at people's businesses like this, or if you're harassing them in their DMs, if you're calling the city on them, again, Marceau and Tisha said originally it was other businesses, the church and things like that doing that to them. But if you are, and you are watching this, stop. That's ridiculous. Grown too. Like a lot of these people that watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, they're not like, 18 to 24. Okay. They're like 35 to, 65. Come on now, please. Y'all grown. Y'all grown. Elle says Stormy got arrested because she's a hothead. Remember the charges were dismissed. Just call the police. But not everybody calls the police for everything. Just saying. Cleopatra says, I love it when you say, what's up, Kempire? It's my favorite thing, but now she's no longer on the show, so I never have to say it again. Anyways, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. Shout out to Stormy for disliking the video. I'm kidding. I don't know who disliked it. It was probably, what was her name that came through talking about why you it's clear that you hate Carlos. And I was like, we didn't even talk about Carlos. Anyways. Okay. Exactly. Sassy says grown, but emotionally immature. Obviously, some of these fans are. Not us here, right? Look, not us here. All right. So Melody says in her confessional that they live in a blame Melody world. The cast, okay? Exactly, Elle Singleton said. I agree. As I was saying it, I was like, well, this is something that Melody should have said. Elle Singleton says, Kempire, the words you just said is what Melody should have said on the show. Probably. What can you do? What can you do? All right? Anyways. Paula says, record a what's up? But no, because she's no longer on the show, so no one's going to get it. Look, no one's going to get it. Anyways. So they talk about the Trisha stuff. I don't even care about the Trisha stuff. What I've discovered is that Trisha is a liar. Like, she's inconsistent. I don't want to call her a liar because that sweet, demure, quiet, smiling all the times character. Those are the people you need to watch out for. Look, those are the people that you need to watch out for. I agree, D. D says, disliking the video is still engagement and keeps you in the algorithm. That's why I don't care. But I find it funny. Remember back in the day, if you've been a member of the channel for a very long time, when we still had the dislike button on YouTube, and we would see the amount of people that disliked it. And I said, let's guess who we thought disliked the video. But shout out to the 210 of you that liked it so far, okay? Remember when we used to guess? We were like, oh, it's this one, that one, this one. Anyways. So they talk about, Tisha brings up the Trisha stuff about did she or did she not actually hang out with Martell? She admits that she did hang out with him, that she trains men. Well, she did train men and she met with him to train him. But she had denied it before. Okay, fine. But Trisha says she doesn't care what the people think about her lying. Okay, girl. Okay. Stormy did point out, she's like, I don't know if I like the fact that you said to our face that you never met up with him. And they played back what she said. She basically lied to our faces with a little smile. Beautiful smile, though. I will give it to her. She got beautiful teeth. But I don't trust her. Look, I don't trust her anymore. I gave her a lot of grace. I was like, But now I'm looking at her with the side eye. So the next day, Trisha and Stormy end up leaving early. They say it's because of their kids or whatever it may be. Kimmy and Tisha are in the pool, and Melody goes to meet with them. And that's when she finds out that both Stormy and Trisha had left. So she said, they didn't even say goodbye to me. They didn't say, look, do you think that Stormy and Trisha should, Trisha at the very least should have said goodbye. She didn't have any beef with Melody. It looked like Melody really did, because even Kimmy and Tisha were like, you've done a good job with hosting this trip. Honestly, she did a good job hosting the trip, and she did a good job producing these last few episodes, because she produced the hell out of some of this stuff, what happened during this trip. So they give her compliments on that, which I find to be interesting, because remember, they were the ones complaining about their rooms. Fine. But they're not even hanging out in their rooms. I wouldn't think that you'd be hanging out in your room. That's just going to be a place to store your stuff, and then for you to sleep, okay, on that twin bed. I think they said it was a twin bed. I think when Melody was on TikTok, I asked her that question. I think she said it was a twin bed. I thought that was even worse. Not even full, Melody. You did them dirty. Look, you did. Caramel says she was so guilty she couldn't say bye. Trisha? Trisha or Stormy? Probably Trisha. So, Kimmy, you are a hypocrite. First, you want the men to be there because they are able to settle all of your issues. Now you're telling Melody, you know, every single trip that we do, we end up with some resolve. This was a good trip. I was like, you were just saying that y'all need the men there to help y'all resolve your issues. But I will say, it really has been a good trip where the women get into their issues and then they end up resolving them. Fine. Look, fine. So they end up talking about, Melody talked about shutting down. And she says the reason why she shut down when Stormy was speaking, because she says the denial and delusion. And I'm wondering what she meant by that. And she said, basically, it seems as if she has a piece of information in regards to whatever Stormy was talking about that she didn't want to share it yet. She says in that moment, she says, there's a lot that I could say, but Spirit told me not to say anything. I was like, wait, huh? Cece says, Kempire, Tisha put Mel in a twin bed on a cast Vegas trip. Was that a twin bed? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. You're making stuff up, Cece. Was that a twin bed? Someone tag me the proof. Was that a twin bed? So was it payback? The Vegas trip was so long ago. Hey, Philly John. Philly John says, we appreciate your engagement, like it or not. Just say it. Was it a twin bed? Now y'all got me thinking. I don't remember that. Anyways, you guys will confirm in the live chat, but I know some of you are like, yeah, it was. Mo on my TikTok says, I hate to say it, but Mel is jealous of Stormy. Do you believe that? Do you believe? Oh, Toot says it was two twins. Ooh. Right, Teresa says, twin bed, laughing out loud. Y'all remember everything. Oh, Kay says, yep, and had the nerve to come for Mel. Ooh. Toot says, Kempire, Destiny and Mel were in the same room in Twins. So you think she held on to that? Melody held on to that, and she says, ooh, when I host my next trip, this is what's gonna happen. Damn. Tanya says, did she have a twin bed? Oh wait, did they no, I remember that room. See, Tanya says no. Y'all better just bring me the screenshot, because I don't remember. Elslington says, big deal if it was a twin bed. They're on a free trip in the islands. Look, I don't remember what a twin bed even feels like. Y'all know I sleep on a king. Well, I did. I have had to downgrade. Like I've had to a queen. But I think a queen is just as nice. I never really used my full king. I was always on one side. But they say you should leave side for your future partner anyway. Don't be laying in the middle of your bed. Lay in the middle of your bed. F them. Look, F them. Ooh, Cece says, turnabout is fair play. You know what? Missy Pete says, Melody is not jealous of Stormy. Here's the thing. If Melody was going to be jealous of anything in regards to Stormy, because now they're in the same business when it comes to beauty care and things like that, skincare and things like that. Oh, I think does Melody have hair care too? Maybe. So I can see her possibly being jealous of that because Stormi is doing it. Stormi is killing it in regards to that. But that's not easy. That's not an easy business to be in. And she just started in it. Stormi's been in it how many years? So who knows? Who knows? Mr. Melon Magic is always here being messy. Did somebody used to lay in bed with you, Kempire? Maybe. Look, maybe. Mind your business. Mind your business. No. Not since I had that king size bed. Let me see what you guys are saying. Okay, let me focus on the recap, y'all. Y'all got me all sidetracked on what you guys are saying in the live chat. I did get a super chat, though. Edward, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate the support, guys. Thank you to those of you that send in cash apps, Venmos, PayPals, things like that. I see that normally when I go and check it. I don't see it during the live. So thank you for the support there. But you can easily support just by liking the video, or you can support by sending a super chat like Edward did. Edward says, I understand more often why people saying cancel or revamp the show because some of the castmates are making themselves look bad on national television. I think every reality show needs a revamp. I think after a while, when someone's been on a reality show for a very long time, they start self-producing. They become too self-aware. They change themselves because of what the fans say about them. And you just can't get authenticity from people. And I think a lot of times they do this subconsciously. Okay? Corey says that they were full-size beds. Which one, Corey? On this trip in St. Thomas, I said to you, I asked Melody, in her TikTok live. And I think she said twins from what I recall. And I was like, damn, not even full-size Melody? You ain't right. Oh, Missy P says there's enough room for them both. Of course, especially in that space. There's so many skincare and hair care products out there. Shout out to Tracy Ellis Ross. Do you guys know Pattern does very well? I just saw a business influencer talking about comparing Sacred and Pattern, and not comparing the products, but comparing the website traction. Do you know Sacred got I don't remember the actual number, got this certain amount. Tracy Ellis Ross's Pattern, which has been around probably a couple of years now, got double. So it's so interesting. There is space for everyone, but shout out to Tracy Ellis Ross because I know she spent years developing this hair care line before actually launching it. And it's doing very, very well for her. Let me know if in the live chat if you guys use Pattern. Mia says love Pattern. I mean, I have no hair. So if I get into any sort of business, it's probably going to be skincare. It won't be hair care. Unless it's like beard care. Because I definitely need that. I need to work on my beard care, okay? Anyways, all right. Dee says Stormi's products are great. Look, when we first learned about Stormi, everyone said that in regards to Stormi. Everyone said that in regards to Stormi's products. Tennessee Girl said, ain't nobody using Sacred. Look, but she just started. Just because it's Beyonce doesn't mean that people are going to buy her products. So she has to build the audience. The same with Pattern. They had to build their audience, and they have. I don't know if you guys have used Sacred. Okay, we've digressed. We've digressed. All right. Pauline says, yes, Pattern is very, very good on my TikTok. All right. Let me take a sip. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. Be sure to say thank you to our King's Guards that are on our TikTok chat, on our Facebook, and on YouTube as well. All right. So what are the other things that Kimmy and Tisha and Melody talk about? Melody talks about Trisha. Because they talk about that conversation that they had at the dinner table in regards to Trisha and her involvement with Martell. Melody said it didn't bother her. We already knew that, Martell is trash and this is what he does. I don't know if there was an overlap. I don't know if Melody and Martell were divorced at the time that he met up with Trisha, but I don't think they were together. I don't think they were actually together at the time. They were separated, but I don't know if they were officially divorced at that time. Okay. So Melody says it doesn't bother her. What does bother her is the fact that Trisha didn't say goodbye. And she feels like the only reason why she didn't say goodbye is because she's friends with Stormi. And she was like, if that's how you're going to move, I'm good. I'm good on you. Okay. So, but she does point out that she feels like Trisha lies a lot. And then they play the receipts. And I was like, you know what? The receipts are receipting. I was like, Trisha is not as innocent as she tries to portray herself to be. Because she's inconsistent. And even Shanita later on was just like, y'all want someone to give y'all clarity from someone that's not clear. And I was like, well, Shanita, Dr. Shanita, you ain't lying. Look, you're not lying. She's not clear. And I've not really defended, but I've sort of like, I don't believe she did anything with Martell, but we've sort of caught her out. She didn't even tell Ken that her and Martell met up once. And you're on a reality TV show where you see that this is coming up. You should have given him a heads up way before this. All right? Ooh, Purple Yoda says, Tracy Ellis Ross, Taraji B. Henson. I learned that this year that Taraji has a hair care line. Okay, Gabrielle Union and Tia Mowry. Tia Mowry, I learned this year too. Tia, are you guys still watching Tia's show? All have hairlines. I don't hear people comparing them. Stop comparing Mel and Stormy. Get the F out of here. Who are you talking to, Purple? I know you're not talking to me. Look, I know you're not talking to me. And I know you're talking to the chat. Just saying. Let me see what you guys are saying. Okay, let me focus on it. So Melody is feeling a type of way about Trisha. She says, I feel like she lies a lot. And I didn't see it till this episode. I was like, Trisha does have an interesting relationship with the truth. She does have an interesting relationship with the truth. Okay? Sidebar, the reason people probably don't compare Taraji, Tracy, and all these other people that you mentioned is probably because a lot of people didn't know. Well, some people didn't know that they even had hair products. So that might be the reason why you don't hear. I don't think that you need to compare them. I think there's room for everyone. Clearly, they're all out here in the space and people use them. And I know that a lot of people, not someone that doesn't have hair, use certain products from certain people. So they use like a mixture of all of them. Look. Unique says, Tia has a show. Yes, where have you been? We've talked a little bit about it. We haven't recapped it, but we talked about it. Elsa says, Kempire, hit the what's up. All right? Like, you want to fight? You want to fight? Come on now. All right. Let me focus, y'all, because I still have a lot more to say in regards to this trip, okay? So Melody's not feeling Trisha. Okay, and maybe she's not feeling her because Trisha's friends with Stormy. But I do feel like if you're on this trip, you could have easily just went to Mel. Thanks for hosting the trip. I'm leaving. Either one. Stormy, maybe she was feeling a type of way, but I don't feel like they ended in a bad space. I don't think that they ended in a bad space during the trip. They could have both said goodbye. Elsa says, after Kempire goes on a rant, I want the what's up. Purple Yoda says, not you, Kempire. I know you were talking to me. I know people are in the chat doing it. It's all right, Purple Yoda Princess. I like that. Purple Yoda. Okay. Legally Brown says, Carlos needs to clear up that cast members can't be fired just because Mel doesn't like them, so everyone can be their authentic selves. I mean, yeah. Look, don't we all know? I guess not. Because they still talk about that on Real Housewives, that one housewife is getting people fired. I mean, they have influence, though. I don't believe that they are the jury and, the judge and jury, but I do believe some of those housewives and certain people have power. And just because you're a producer doesn't mean that you can fire someone. Just saying. All right? Just because you're an executive producer doesn't mean that you can be like, thank you for your services. Because that's the thing, too. Like Shawnee. Remember when Shawnee said that to what's her name? Was it Brandy? Was it Brandy she said that to? I can't remember. Even though she said that, if the network and the other producers that produced that show wanted to bring that person back, Shawnee would have a voice in the conversation, but she's not the judge and jury. We got to keep that in mind. The network ultimately be like, no. Like, no, we like this person. This person is important to the show. If they all decide like, yeah, this person's not that important, just saying. Stormy wasn't fired. Who said that Stormy was fired? Stormy left the show. She confirmed that yesterday or the other day. When did she post this? Yeah, yesterday she posted that and confirmed that she left the show. Oh, Teresa, yes, it was Brandy. And isn't Brandy back now? Look, Brandy's back on the show. Anyways, what else was that? Okay, so the group goes on this catamaran part of their trip. Melody brings up that Stormy and Trisha not saying goodbye to not the rest of the group, but to some of the other ladies. And she's like, that's something you learn when you're 2 years old, to say goodbye when you're leaving a trip. Okay. Shanita says, again, in regards to Trisha, she's like, y'all keep asking for clarity from someone that isn't clear. And I said, that's a word. She says that Trisha gave Martell that little hot pocket as well. Do you guys believe that now, based off of the lies that we've seen from Trisha? Do you believe that her and Martell actually had something? I don't know if I still don't know if I believe that, to be honest. I do believe that Trisha has she's a liar. But hold on, let me block this person on my TikTok. Where are all these people coming from? Block. All right. Look, block. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. Elfisher says absolutely. Damn. Let me see. Kay Avery says, and Carlos keeps saying that he wants her back, blah, blah, blah. He's messy as hell. That he wants Stormy back. Stormy's not coming back. Stormy doesn't need the show anymore. I think Stormy came back just because she wanted to produce more eyes on her product, because I believe her business was somewhat struggling at the time, allegedly. I mean, I don't have to say allegedly. She said that on the show. That's when we met Kyle on the show. She talked about her business struggling at the time. And now I understand. I feel like that was the motivation behind coming on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Nothing wrong with it. And I don't know if it necessarily hurt her. If anything, it probably helped too. And it probably also helped the fact that she has good products. I don't know. You guys have said it is. I have no hair. But she has like some skin stuff too, right? So, all right. Guys, you're just joining us. Don't forget, I will be bringing the Kempire After Dark live experience to, I was about to say Atlanta. We'll come back to Atlanta. Stay tuned. But we're coming to Los Angeles. Have you gotten your tickets for our show? We're going to be at the Bourbon Room. So if you enjoy content like this or Hot Topics, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit, not a little bit, it's very uncensored. And that's your opportunity to meet and greet with me, but also ask questions. Get your tickets for the Los Angeles Kempire After Dark live experience today. And in December 8th, we're coming to London. We're going across the pond to talk some more Hot Topics and meet and greet with you guys there, with a lot of other special things happening while I'm in London. So make sure you get your tickets today. More information on that on our LA show coming up in 10 days, and then our London show. And we're coming back to Washington, D.C. on January 24th. Get your tickets today, guys. More information will be available in the description. All right. Moving on. Destination Sunrise, thank you so much for the super chat. Destination says, it baffles me that Stormy left the trip and people downplay it, but let Mel leave their trip and folks will drag her and label her as a diva or entitled. Oh, do you think that people are downplaying that Stormy left the trip? I mean, look, the reasoning for Stormy leaving the trip sounded like it related to her kid, Trisha, as well. I still feel like she could have said goodbye. Why not? Just say goodbye. Like, you guys have been civil this entire trip. Why not just say goodbye to the host? As Melody says, you learned that when you're age 2. Okay. Do you believe? Oh yeah, you guys have already said that you don't believe that Trisha and Martell actually had something. Fine. Nell decides to look over to Sonny and says, "Do you have any kids?" Do you think that she was being messy and producing, or do you really think that she was concerned? Okay. Oh, wait, before that. So apparently Destiny and Lance has chemistry. Why? I feel like they're always trying to set Destiny up with one of them. First, it was Kimmy's son. Now it's Nell's son. Like, look, me personally, no offense, Destiny. Did you guys notice Destiny's energy? I mean, they were having conversations. Everyone was engaging and looking at each other. Destiny was off like this, looking to the side. She was giving, what's her face from Dubai, which is now canceled. For those that may have missed the news, they're on pause. What's her face was looking at that reunion, that last reunion, where she refused to look in the direction of the other ladies. That was Destiny, the entire Catamaran, just off looking like this. So I knew she was pissed because she's a Taurus like me. So I was like, I know she's pissed at somebody, and we might just not know who. But she's just like, maybe it's Sunny, and she's just looking off in the distance. It's so weird. It's so weird. Go back and watch the Catamaran scene. It was weird. It was like, girl, everyone's here. Turn your head. Like, she's just looking off. Like, are you pretending that you're looking at the ocean and taking in the ocean? Like, what is happening? Destiny, come on. Anyway, so Nell says, Lance, they definitely have some chemistry, but Lance just got out of a marriage, a serious relationship, and he's not ready. I mean, so did Destiny. But honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I'm not Trisha honest, but honest, I wouldn't want Destiny. I personally, sorry, Destiny, I'm being honest. Okay, this is my recap. I personally would not want Destiny as a daughter-in-law. Her life is too messy. You just got arrested. Your ex-husband is accusing you of this and that. You got a baby. Look, Lance is probably not perfect yet. He probably got kids too. But me personally speaking, I would not want Destiny as a daughter-in-law, Taurus or no Taurus, okay? I wouldn't want her as a daughter-in-law, okay? But that's me. Would you want Destiny as a daughter-in-law? She's dope says, I love Destiny. Look, you could like Destiny and still not want her as a daughter-in-law. I don't, me personally. But it seems like Nell might be open to it. But she seems like she's open to the Lance and Destiny just having fun. Destiny's a beautiful woman. I was watching Destiny in the opening credits. I was like, oh, she's pretty. Destiny's a pretty person. Ooh, Marilyn says Destiny was found guilty in the fraud case. See what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want that to be my daughter-in-law. But things happen. Look, reform should happen. Oh, Elsie says Lance is back with the mother of his child. Okay, but maybe they had a little friend. Oh, good point, Tanya. Thank you for getting me together. Come on. Tanya said Lance was recently arrested, so I wouldn't want him as a son-in-law either. You know what Valencia says, I wouldn't want Destiny as a next-door neighbor. Missy, y'all are wrong. Come on. Missy Pete says daughter-in-law or friend. Oh my gosh. But you're right. Lance is not a prize either. Like, Lance is not a prize either. Oh my goodness. I mean, but if they were just having fun together, fine. They have chemistry. But we have to remember this was filmed so long ago at this particular point. I know they say season 9, but this was filmed so long ago. Hold on. Erica says, Carlos already revealed that Destiny knew Sonny and Moses were coming on the show, so she's pretending to be mad that Nell asked Sonny about the children. Absurd. Well, she does say that, I mean, I can definitely see it being awkward for her, because I definitely think that she still has feelings for Moses. Do you guys think that Destiny still has feelings for Moses? I don't think we've ever asked that question. I think that she still has feelings for him. I don't think it's just about that Sonny betrayed her as a friend. I think she still had feelings for Moses. Jamie says Kempire Destiny is pretty face but bad character. Damn. Look, I definitely think that Destiny still has feelings for Moses. So hearing Moses move on, married this woman that was your producer or your friend, or you were getting to know each other. We talked about that last week. Erica says, I wouldn't want Destiny as a pen pal. Wow. Is Moses still locked up? Because you remember he went back to jail because he left the state without permission, filming a whole reality show. Dummy. Look, dummy. Oh my God. Caramel says, didn't Nell ask Sonny on the van, did she have kids? Right? I thought she did. Didn't Nell ask her about having kids before? So was she just being messy in front of Destiny? I thought I was the only one that noticed. I was like, wait, this feels like deja vu, but I thought maybe I just saw this in the preview. Didn't Nell ask Sonny about having kids before? Can you guys confirm for me? I thought I was going crazy. I felt like she did ask about that. Felicia says, yes, Moses is still in jail. Dummy. Like, why wouldn't you get permission before leaving the state? Anyway. D says, yes, they won't let him out. Damn. He violated probation. D says that Nell was being messy. Messy ass. Simply Beautiful says, messy ass Nell. Well, you're right. Elsing says, Taurians do not handle betrayal well. And Destiny is a Taurus, no matter how we deny her. Okay. Oh, see, Camille says, no, she did on the bus on the drive in. So what is happening? Look, what is happening? So she was just being, yep, everyone says on the van. I knew I saw that before. I was like, wait, didn't Nell ask us before? And I was like, I was questioning myself. I was like, oh, maybe she didn't. Thank you for confirming. So Nell was being messy by asking Sonny again. Oh, not the turkey head. Thank you guys. No, for the turkey. That looks so weird on TikTok. Sorry. Thanksgiving. For those that was, let's not skip Thanksgiving. Okay, happy Thanksgiving. Woo, woo, woo. I don't even have the snow behind me. I have the leaves and everything behind me. All right. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. We will be dropping the call-in link. Let me drop the call-in link now before I forget for those that want to call in and share their thoughts on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me do this now while I remember. All right. And live chat, I will drop the call link for you guys. Let's get to 400 likes. We have almost 1,000 of you watching on YouTube alone. So just saying. All right. Let me just drop this call and link for our members. If you're a member of the channel or you want to become a member, head on over to teamkempire.com/join. All right. And don't forget to subscribe to the Kempire podcast and give us a 5-star rating. We're trying to get to 1,000 reviews on the Apple Podcasts and on Spotify by 2025. Are you going to help us do that? We have 1,000 of you watching. And I know some of you have not recapped it yet. Okay? All right. Philly Jones says, what is there what is there to miss? Moses is locked up. Damn. So Nell brings it up again. And that's where Sunny decides to talk about, her IVF journey. Destiny's just like over it. And she's just like, it's hard for her to even hear. That someone that she was friends with that betrayed her is having a baby with a man that she was in a relationship with, or I don't know what they were in, and someone that wanted to have kids with her. I mean, I can see that being hard to hear. That's not going to be easy to hear, right? Fine. So they talked about that. Tisha says, this is messy of Nail to bring this up. So then Melody asked the group, what would be your word for this trip? Like that would sum up your trip. Destiny was like, a lot. A lot is not one word. I guess for some people it is. And she was like, a lot. I always forget that Lauren's even there because she also uses the word a lot in regards to sum up the trip. But Tisha said, growthful. I'm glad that they confirmed during the episode that growthful was a word, because I was like, is that even a word? But it is. Growthful is a word. So Melody in her confessional just like, look, she is lucky that it's a word. I don't know that she knows that it's an actual word. I know her mama ain't using that word. Now, Melody, and we talk about your mama right now. But it was, I thought it though. Look, I thought it too. Growthful. We are not going to start using that word. Okay, like bigly. We're not going to start using those words. It might exist in the English language, but we're not going to use it. This was a growthful trip. El Singleton says, who's Lauren? Lauren is Melody's friend that was sitting next to her. She's been quiet this entire trip, but she doesn't want to be on the on the show. Okay? She doesn't want to be on the show, which is fine. Like, she's not trying to be on the show. She's just there to hang out with her friends. Okay? And I'm okay with that. Okay? Growthful. She's growthful too. Okay? Damn. As soon as she said it, I said, is that a word? Like, is that really a word? And it is. It actually is a word. And it's a word. Teresa says that Lauren was on mute the entire trip. She probably doesn't want anything that she says to be made out to be something else on the show. I don't blame her. Honestly, I don't blame her. All right. So this is like their last day on the trip. They're going to still be on the trip next week a little bit. I don't know how much of the trip they will be on next week. I don't know if it'll be like the first few minutes and then we're back in Huntsville. I'm not looking forward to that, but fine. Fine. Growthful. We will be growthful. Sammy says, hi, Kempire. This was a growthful recap. You know what? Y'all ain't right. Look, y'all ain't right. Ooh, Apple Peach want to come in, probably watching the early part of our recap in regards to what Stormy said, in regards to the table that Stormy built. She said the table Kyle helped educate, rebuild. All right, so then we have the scene at the end of this episode that honestly I could care less about, but we'll talk about it because I did take notes about it. So Martell pulls Moses to the side because he's producing, because he showed Moses that house with Stormy, and Moses says the house is too small for him. But I noticed that Moses says that he's still trying to tighten up things on the other end. He means in St. Louis, the state that he's supposed to be in. and not in Huntsville, Alabama? Did y'all notice that? Oh, Missy says that Lauren is also Mel's makeup artist. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. So that I was like, okay. So they're having this moment. Martell saying that, because he's building houses, so he's interested to know if Moses is going to buy the house or not. And he's just like, if I buy the house, it would be for investment. But he's looking for something bigger. But he's like, well, if you find the property and I'm a builder, I wouldn't buy anything from Martell. I wouldn't buy a shirt from Martell because I feel like it would fall apart. I feel like that shirt would look like a Gordon Gartrell bootleg. I'm not buying anything from. I would not buy a house from Martell because he says he's a builder without a builder's license. Him personally, he works with people that have builder's license. I ain't buying nothing from Martell. Okay. So Moses says he's still trying to tighten up things on the other end. All right. Look, all right. So they start talking about the whole Moses and Destiny situation. And Moses says that he's not in love with Destiny, but he's got love for her. Do you think that Moses is in love with Destiny? I mean, I'm asking a lot of questions in this recap because I'm thinking to myself, I definitely think that Destiny still has feelings for Moses. And I think that Moses still has feelings for Destiny. I don't consider him a loyal person. Like, I know we've given Destiny and Sunny the brunt of the hate, for lack of a better word. We don't hate anybody. We don't know these people. But the center of who's wrong here is Moses. And he doesn't have any credibility at all. So he says he's got love for her. And Martell makes a comment that we don't know who's going to be the wife or the side chick. And he was like, no. We know who the wife is. Oh, so you saying that Destiny's going to be your side chick? Okay. Look, fine. So the guys end up talking a little bit about the girls' trip and what's been going on the girls' trip, the fighting over the rooms and things like that. The fact that Destiny and Sunny both went on this trip and they didn't know that each other were going to be on the trip. Fine. Apparently, Sunny liked her room. Destiny probably didn't like her room. Whatever. And then they start talking about Martell and Trisha. Ken is a part of this guy's thing. They're doing archery. And Martell at first denies ever being trained by Trisha. He's like, no woman trains me. And I'm like, and then mind you, fast forward in this conversation, then he admits to hanging out with Trisha. Okay. Look. But again, we have to remember who we're talking about. We're talking about Martell. Martell has no credibility at all. No credibility at all. So he denies ever being trained by Trisha. Marcel is there. So, Marcel's going to be a messy producer. And he brings up Martell sliding in Trisha's DMs. So here's the thing that was a little weird for me when it comes to Martell talking about the Trisha situation. Because he's like, you're not going to downplay me and what I represent. And what do you represent, sir? He was really feeling himself. Sidebar, y'all remember when Nell on the Catamaran was like, Melody, no disrespect, but I'm a straight shooter. Martell is fine. It's fine or something like that. I forgot what she referred to him as. I'm like, why is that important? Ew. And I wouldn't want my friend talking about my ex-husband that I have a lot of issues with like that. Like, Martell's good looking, but I've said it before. The fact that we know who he is as a personality makes him so ugly to me. Just saying. Anyways, so they end up talking about Martell speaking to Trisha and hanging out with Trisha, but he denies that he tried anything, but she did come over. Because he made it seem, if I'm going to try anything with a woman, it's going to happen. What you say, did he? Did anyone kind of go, like, clutch your pearls? Like, I don't think you realize how that sounds. And I know in his head, he's probably thinking, because no woman's going to deny me. All women want me because I'm the best thing ever. But then I said to myself, it doesn't land that way for me. It's like, you're not going to make a move on a woman. And mind you, he says, Trisha is not as bad, meaning bad as in good, as bad as back then versus what she is now. Oh, okay. And Ken's listening to this and I'm like, okay. And Ken is also trying to explain the situation as well. And we find out that Ken also was involved with a married woman before. Okay. All right. Fine. Well, here's the thing, because I know some of you are questioning why I say Diddy, because, what Diddy is accused of. And that's how it landed for me when he says that, no woman's going to, if I'm interested in a woman, the woman's going to be interested, period. He didn't say it like that, but that's the way I took it. I was like, all right. Elsie says he didn't sleep with her because he didn't think that she was attractive enough. He said he saw a picture of her. Like, it's hard to even understand what Martell is saying because English is not, is not his friend. Okay? And also, telling the truth is not his friend. Telling the truth is not his friend. Because we saw what he said at the beginning of this conversation versus what we see at the end. And basically, he's admits to lying. It's like, oh no, we did hang out, but nothing ever happened. Because he wasn't interested. Nothing didn't happen because he wasn't interested in her. Okay. L. Randall says, I'm using Sacred now. Love it so far. Okay. All right. Replay crew, be sure to let us know what hair products you're using because, it matters to me. Look, it matters to me. All right. I'm going to drop the call-in link for the live chat as well, guys. We're taking some quick callers. And if you don't call in, that's perfectly fine, too. If you're a member of the channel, we dropped the call-in link for you guys on our YouTube channel community tab as well for members only. Become a member today at teamkempire.com/join. I just says, so Ken just dates married women and play daddy? I was like, okay. NYCMP says, I put my food down when he said that. I mean, for a second, I was like, what does he mean by that? Oh, T says, Ken nor Trisha can be trusted. Y'all are a mess. The Maynard group, thank you so much for the super chat. They says, how do I call in? I have a lot to say. Well, we just dropped the call-in link, the Maynard group. Okay. But thank you so much for the super chat. We just dropped the call link for you guys to call in and share your thoughts. All right. Let me go back down to here. So Marcel was just stirring the pot. He also brings up Marquez, Ken and the Marquez situation. The scene that they showed for next week. I thought we saw that scene already. Is this a new scene or I can't keep up with these damn episodes, Carlos. He meets up with Marquez and Ken and Trisha again? Or is it, am I making that up? Or is that something they showed us a long time ago and now we're just seeing it? I can't keep up. And I have to be honest with you, I really don't even care about the Trisha storyline. I don't care about it. It's all over the place. Like Dr. Shanita said, she's not clear. And she's not interesting. So that doesn't help. So I'm just really confused. Okay. I'm just confused. Did we not see that scene already? Based off the preview for next week? Nasser says they need to wrap up the season. Nasser, they just started. It's season 9, according to YouTube TV. Nacho says the three never met. So then we saw a preview for this like how many months ago? Because I know we saw this scene either in a preview or on the show. D says, no, we're just seeing it. Okay, so they showed this preview months ago. Oh my gosh. Lakeitha, thank you so much for the love. Lakeitha says, I love you, Kempire. You are filling the void left by Wendy Williams. You are fantastic. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love. Guys, you can also show love just by liking the video. What else did I want to say about this scene? Marceau, So Marceau was defending Ken in that situation in regards to how Marquez just kind of up and left the family because the situation with his marriage was over. And that's when Ken admitted to being with married women before? With another married woman before? Okay. What else did Martell say? He does deny ever trying anything with Trisha. All right. Okay, Antoinette says, yeah, we saw the preview a month ago. It must have been more than a month ago because they were off for like a month. So we saw it when it was still airing. I'm so confused. Because I already feel like I've seen this scene already. Mosquito says Bravo would never. Yes, they would. They just did that with Dubai in regards to the very, very late season. But you're right. They probably wouldn't show us a preview that wouldn't happen for months and months and months. They'll show us a preview and never show it to us. We've seen that with Potomac. I don't know. Special K says, why would he wait so long? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I'm so over it, though. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. All right. I did that. I guess the Maynard group left because I did drop the call-in link. Apparently you guys have nothing to say. I think I've said it all when it comes to Love and Marriage Huntsville, which is better for me. It's Sunday. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my Sunday. I'm going to go hit the stair climber and then find something good to eat for lunch. I appreciate you all being here. Shout out to our King's Guard. Shout out to everyone that sent in a super chat, a Venmo, a Cash App. We appreciate the support. Shout out to those of you that have liked the video. Can we get to 500 likes? That'd be greatly appreciated as well. If you're watching the replay of this, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like the video. And don't forget to get your tickets. We're coming to Los Angeles for the Kempire After Dark live experience on November 20th. 10 days. In 10 days. If you haven't gotten your ticket or you haven't told a friend to tell a friend, help us spread the word. We're coming to Los Angeles on November 20th at the Bourbon Room. Tickets are now available. And then we're coming to London. We're coming to London talking all kinds of hot topics, the way that we can't talk about them here on YouTube or TikTok or on Facebook. All right. That's December 8th. More information on that show, our LA show, and our DC show will be available in the description. All right. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat before we go. Okay. Those of you that have a question in the chat, let me know. Let me see what you guys are saying. Okay, Elsing says, did Trish and Ken meet at the gym? Forget the DMs. It goes down at the gym. Yes, they met at the gym, right? Isn't that where they met? I feel like they had interactions on social media, but I feel like they saw each other at the gym. Okay? NASA, stay tuned for our New York City show. Stay tuned. Nothing's locked in just yet. But again, for those that are in Los Angeles or on the West Coast, come to our LA show on November 20th, which is just around the corner. Hey, Mama Tech. Mama Tech. There we go. I'm going to put Mama Tech. Thank you for the love. Yes. Billy John says, have a great week on purpose. Most definitely. Thank you, Cleopatra. Thank you guys so much for the love. NYC MP says, I want to go to London. Get your tickets. Look, get your tickets. P says, I don't know why people kiss Mel's rear. Who's kissing her rear? You mean the millimeters? Look, the millimeters? Look, I'm still just I'm going back to that scene at the top of the episode where Mel just was so stark silent. I was like, just say something, girl. Say something. Elsington says, Kim, do you believe that Stormy will be replaced on the show? I believe Stormy will be replaced, and I think Trisha will be replaced. This season, I maybe, I don't know. Because if she left in April, I'm pretty sure we're not going to get more of her during the rest of this season. Again, congrats to Stormy. Congrats to Stormy. She's doing very well with her business right now. Apple says, yes, Tisha did put Mel on a twin bed. So this was payback for the Vegas trip. Okay. Okay, Kay Avery says, I might take a little 30-minute flight from the Bay to LA to see yes, you should. I didn't know it was a 30-minute flight. You know what, D says, Mel has a cute rear. Did you see her tights? Come on. Did you see her in the bathing suit? She does got a cute butt. Y'all are terrible. Y'all millimeters. Exactly. Mia says, shout out to the entrepreneurs. Yeah, shout out. It's not easy work. And you do have these like fluctuations, and sometimes you go bankrupt, sometimes you lose your business. You talk to anyone that's a millionaire or an entrepreneur, a restaurateur, or hotelier, made that up. They will tell you that they go through things like this before. It wasn't always easy. Look, I just saw a video with Mark Jacobs, and he talked about, I made all this money, lost it, went to jail. Things happen. I mean, like, I hope I don't have to go through all that, but still, like the jail part. Anyways, Powerful says Stormy's products are good. Look, I've always heard good things. I've heard the issue, and Stormy has admitted to this issue, was fulfilling her orders. And that's why she brought Kyle in, and they seem to figure that situation out. So good for her. Congrats to her. Again, I think it's her best bet. Getting away from Carlos. I think it's her best bet, getting away from Carlos, because he will hurt your business. I'm just saying. Allegedly. CC says, Kempire, what are your thoughts on RHOA producers pressuring Cynthia Bailey to out Phaedra and Mr. Chocolate? Word on the curb, Carlos may have been involved. Well, he was a producer at that time. Remember, I did see that she did an interview recently, Cynthia Bailey from RHOA, that, yes, Mark Jacob went to jail. Wait a second. What was I saying? Oh, in regards to Carlos, okay? What is it? Here's the thing. That happens all the time with producers. in regards to them fishing this stuff to the talent to say and do things. So I wouldn't be surprised. And look, Carlos has denied, but has been accused being the one behind the whole dungeon stuff as well. So I don't know. Teresa says, is it true that Mr. Chocolate was Jamal Bryant? I've heard those rumors, but I also heard Mr. Chocolate was African too. So who knows? I don't think we care at this particular point. I'm not surprised that Cynthia said that. I'm not surprised that producers did that back in the day. I think producers are still doing stuff like that. Jay says that Cynthia T was cold. We heard that years ago. Yes, thank you, Foxy, for reminding people. Don't forget, Grace Report will be joining me in London for our London show. So make sure you get your tickets if you haven't already. Stephanie says that Melody's products are great as well. Elsie says, when you come on a reality show, but be prepared to have no privacy. It's true. It's true. Philly John says, Mr. Chocolate is Pastor Bryant. Kay Avery says, I can 100% believe he was behind the dungeon stuff. He has said that it wasn't him. Carlos has said that it wasn't him. And I think even Candy said that she didn't believe it was him. So I don't know why she doesn't believe that. I don't think she's ever given clarity on that. But yeah. Mosquito says, no one's surprised by that. Carlos is low down. Just look at the show now. The stuff with Candy, the dungeon. I mean, look, things happen. Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Podcast. As always, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for everything Kempire Radio, head on over to KempireRadio.com.